Good morning, everyone. We're going to call the meeting to order. Let's stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We can do it. Dave, would you do roll call, please?
Keisha Johns.
Here.
Jim Mueller.
Here.
Steve McCombs. Here.
Entertain a motion for today's agenda.
Move to approve today's agenda.
Second. McCombs. Aye. Mueller.
Aye.
John.
On to communications. Or is there any communications?
I'd like to this time.
Yeah.
So I'd just like to introduce everybody, our new team member, Jared Higley. Jared is going to be full-time in our office. Jared and his wife Kendra have moved to Knoxville to join our team, and we really appreciate that. Jared has extensive experience in county government, working in different offices and also on the support side. So we're really excited to have Jared here full-time. His expertise is in valuations, taxes, levies, real estate, those things, but across the board. So Jared Higley, new team member at Marion, stop by, say hello. Jay Higley at Marion.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard. We're gonna need the expertise.
Seeing no other communications, on to public comments. This is the portion of the agenda which we can hear from the public on items that are not listed below. These could become future topics for future agendas. Is there any public comments? Anything online? Seeing none, move on. Onto the consent agenda. Entertain a motion for the consent agenda.
Before we move to approve the consent agenda, I just had a couple real quick questions, if I may. Specifically, I know we've got extra capacity in this building, so I'm very sensitive to rent payments for different departments and things out there. So I do see on page 20 of the claims, rent payment, Truman and Thompson for, I believe this is rent for Veterans Affairs. Just curious if that is something that could be housed in this building rather than paying outside rent. And also that, I'm sorry.
No, I think, okay, what that is referring to is that it is regarding Veterans Affairs, and he has money that he can help assist veterans.
Okay.
So it would be, if I'm not mistaken, Jake, it would be for something for helping a veteran, not necessarily housing somebody, just a payment.
I just assumed it was for his office.
Yes, I don't know specifically on this, Jim, and we can sure follow up with you. My guess is it's a rental home living assistance to
To a veteran. Okay, and so that's completely different. But if we could,
that's my guess, but we can sure follow up.
if we could check on that.
Yep.
I know there's also another one for it is in the general assistance category. It's on page 23. Again, rent. Pilot Creek property, $750. Is that the same
My
situation?
guess is it's gonna be the same situation.
Okay.
Correct.
So,
Yep.
if we could just verify that, I'd appreciate it. We'll move on. I just want to make sure that we are reviewing all of those expenses and making sure that, man, I tell you, if we could even just cut 5% or 3% off that total amount, this run of checks was $597,000. So if we could just save a few points off of that, I mean, that over the full year can equate to a fairly substantial amount of money that they give back to taxpayers.
All good questions, thank you. So Jake, your team will look at that and get back to Tim about that.
Yep.
Otherwise, entertain a motion for consent agenda.
I move to approve today's consent agenda.
And I'll support.
Mueller,
Aye.
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs.
Aye.
On the business. Item number 1 is a sealed bid opening. This is for tax certificates. Board before you is, the treasurer has brought before us, an adjoining landowner, Shane Nicholson, has contacted the treasurer's office. And it's my understanding that, there was some interest in purchasing this piece of ground, and so we are here today if there is a sealed bid, and I will turn it over to the treasurer.
Yeah, so my office was approached by adjoining landowner Shane Nicholson to the property indicated. Taxes have not been paid on this parcel since 2016. What that means is when taxes remain unpaid on a parcel for at least 2 years, meaning that it's gone to regular tax sale for 2 years and a private investor has not picked it up, then it becomes what we call a county held tax sale. And in that situation, the county does not own the property. We don't have the deed to that property. We hold the tax sale on that property, the tax sale certificate. So in this case, the certificate was assigned to the county in 2016. My understanding is that the original owners are now deceased. Property taxes have just remained unpaid on that property since 2013. So in 2006, Marion County did pass a resolution on how to handle these county held tax sales. Not very many counties have a resolution like this. I really like it because it gives the treasurer's office a structure to go by when it comes to assigning these tax sale certificates. So we've done the review, done the research with the auditor's real estate specialist, determined that this tax sale does qualify for assignment. We have followed the procedures set forth in that resolution. I did the adjoining landowner letters. I published it in the newspaper. I notification on our website. We've waited the mandatory 10-day waiting period. And now the next step in the process is to come to the Board of Supervisors for approval and to assign that to an interested party. Per the resolution, the board accepts sealed bids on the purchase of the tax sale certificate. And I think it's really important. And as I speak with interested parties throughout this process, I always make certain that they understand they are not being awarded the deed to the property. They are purchasing the tax sale certificate through the assignment process, and it is their responsibility then to follow up with the legal tax sale certificate foreclosure process. So all of that said, Shane Nicholson is present at the board meeting today to present his sealed bid directly to the Board of Supervisors. And at this time, if there are any other interested parties in this process, now would be the time to present your sealed bid to the Board of Supervisors.
Anybody else?
Go ahead.
And the reserve set on this parcel is the amount of the base taxes plus a $10 assignment fee. So the reserve set on this parcel is $378.
Okay, and Mr. Nicholson offers $500 even.
Board. Receiving, seeing no others other than what Mr. Nicholson has provided, receiving that, so, since there is no others, do we want to go ahead and close the sealed bid and accept, the sealed bid from Mr. Nicholson?
So
Second.
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs,
Aye.
Mueller.
aye.
Item number 2 would be the resolution 2026-96, assignment of the tax sale certificate, which is 2016-63004. Board, this would allow us to obviously start the process, and Mr. Nicholson has, if we're willing, we can receive that $500 regarding this tax sale, and then that would start that process. Obviously, he does not get the deed until the time process in which the
Correct.
legalities, and you understand that, is that my understanding? Yep. Okay, all right. So with that, there's no discussion, I'll entertain a motion for resolution 2026-96.
Make a motion, we approve resolution 2026-96.
I'll support.
McCombs,
Aye.
Mueller,
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye. Thank you, appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Item number 3 is a receive and file. This is the Marion County Treasurer fiscal year 2025-2026 annual report. Ms. Treasurer, appreciate you staying with us and going over this with us. Give us a synopsis or a brief overview of what we're looking at here. We greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, this always feels a little bit like Groundhog Day for me because I bring this report to you guys twice a year as required by code for review. Basically, all this is a snapshot of Marion County's financial position as of June 30th of 2026. So for last fiscal year, shows where we ended the year, basically everything that the auditor and treasurer's offices do to receipt and expend money throughout the year flows on a daily basis into our monthly reports, which all of that information is compiled into this annual and semi-annual report. So yeah, basically this is just a culmination of our month-end procedures.
We're grateful. I guess, I mean, obviously this is a receive and file, but I do feel that it's a shout out that we need to make sure that we should give a shout out to our treasurer's office because they do an excellent job. And thank you for your leadership because, as we know, it's difficult at times in which you have to deal with them, especially with, you know, whether it's paying your taxes or paying those, you know, day-to-day operations in which your staff is having to deal with and you yourself. So, and we are grateful for how well all our departments work. Thank you.
I appreciate those comments, Keisha. I always say we are not always selling something that people want to buy. So we're lucky that we have a great county full of wonderful residents to work with.
Appreciate that. So,
Thank you, Michaela.
yeah. Board, do you have any questions regarding this snapshot? If not, we can entertain a motion to receive and file.
So move.
I'll support.
Mueller,
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
McCombs.
Aye.
Thank you, Michaela.
Thank you.
Item number 4 is Marion County Development Board. Before us is economic development. It's the Bussy Pickleball Court funding request. A couple weeks ago, I received an email and regarding, and I had received a call and regarding this request, and I had directed them to our economic development, Mr. Newland, and I appreciate his willingness to take lead on this. And so Dan, I'll turn it over to you to kind of tell us what the request is and what they're looking at.
Sure. Well, and thank you for your time. I appreciate it. A couple weeks ago, as you mentioned, came to my attention that there was a group of citizens from Bussy that are looking at creating a pickleball court or building a pickleball court in the city park. They've been working with the city, of course, and which was somewhat rare. They actually have been raising money before they came to ask for funds. So this is so far has been fun to work with as far as grants can be fun. They have bids roughly. The low bid is approximately 32,000. Been talking with this literally changing in real time, going up a little bit, not much, but their goal is to look for the community attraction and tourism grant, the CAT grant through Iowa Economic Development Authority to kind of bridge whatever gap may be. They've raised approximately 17.5 of that 32 privately. The city of Bussy has earmarked about $5,000 to put towards this project as well. The CAT grant will cover roughly 30% of the overall project, but there's still going to be a little bit of a gap we think, again, allowing for a little bit of contingency to what, for these prices that continue to go up a little bit. The request in front of you today is for basically to match that city grant of $5,000. And I'll kind of, if you have questions, the group is here to, Judy and her team are here to talk about, well, basically answer any questions you have.
Before we ask questions, I
Sure.
would like to make sure I understand, in the packet, Dan, you had submitted, or maybe somebody else did, maybe Jake's office did. We do have a line item in Department 99 that looks like to contribute, a little bit of money there. So that is something, yeah, a lot of. I freelance that, I hope that's okay, but I just like, you know, that gives us direction, you know, so. Yeah, if you don't mind, if we could, I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you, how many courts are you looking at when you're talking about your pickleball?
Right now, we're just looking at one.
Okay,
We thought maybe the fundraising might be overwhelming, and so, but it's gone fairly well, and people have been very receptive to it. And like I said, we have 22,000 already, and we just started, our efforts started back in March, and we. Anyway, I don't know what he said then.
does it take, what's the
Speak up,
biggest,
Craig.
yeah, what's the biggest expense when it comes to the pickleball courts? I mean, when you're talking 32,000 and doing one court, just wondering.
It's the cement and the surface, you know, the two things.
And it is concrete surface.
It's gonna be, yes, but we've also, since we first got a quote, we have done some more research, and the newest thing now is this tile quartz that they put right over the cement, and the tile is usually guaranteed for like 16 years, where, you know, a cement court will crack, and then you have to, and when you have a crack in the court, it makes the ball go askew. So
It's a rubber tile.
it's a rubber tile,
Yeah,
it's,
polycarbonate.
yeah.
Is this going to be in the north park or down by the ball diamond?
South.
Down by the ball diamond?
Mhm.
Okay.
Does the city have any words? I mean, do you feel like, is there any concerns when you put this up? That it's, I mean, because are you gonna put the net or whatever, the netting always gonna be left out? Just making sure that it's being taken care of, I guess.
They don't have cameras,
They don't, okay?
but that may be something that we could bring to their attention.
And you could go with a portable net, or you could get a permanent net. We thought a permanent net would be better. That way it's not being taken or damaged. Like, I mean, you know, it could be damaged anyway, but the portable one could be taken with a permanent one. The permanent one has the concreter guy has to put the pillars in it first when he does concrete. So that's done ahead of time.
Currently where it's gonna be setting, is that a grassy area then? Then you just, so you're not taking away from something
No,
that's currently there, okay? Alright, I'll let the board ask if they have any other questions.
Are you gonna go play, Craig?
am I gonna play? No.
Susan
I would
and
love
I are.
to.
Susan and I, we play 3 days a week now in Albia.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright.
I have played and ruined my heel, so
Maybe you can get Walton West down there.
boy, that'd be something.
What kind of?
I don't think we'll allow beer drinking though.
What kind of groups, I mean, do you have very many citizens in the Bussy area that are going to be utilizing it, or do you? feel-
But we're hoping so. I hope that, you know, online they talk about how pickleball is the biggest growing sport, like 44 million people and it's growing from that. And it's for all ages. That's the nice thing. We played with a group in Albia. We have a 78-year-old. We've had high schoolers come in and play with us. We've had elementary kids play with us. So it's for a whole age group, I mean, span of ages. So it's a sport I think that everybody can benefit from.
I have no issue with this, I feel like this is something that we can help them out with, as you've heard me speak before. We've helped the larger cities, I think it's beneficial if we can help the smaller cities. I guess the only thing, the request that I would ask is that you work with Dan and that we can get some pictures so that we can help highlight it for you for our economic development page.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And we would love to hear more about your group that would be formed or whatever. I'm assuming you'll, once you get the pickleball court up, and when do you think it'll be completed?
Well, it depends on when the money comes in. You know, we thought even yet this fall, but
Okay.
it kind of depends on the CAT grant and the
Okay.
money coming in and stuff
Alright.
like that. But yeah, I've talked about having some of our people from Avia come down and teach some people how to play pickleball, you know.
If the CAT grant doesn't go through, are we gonna set on these funds until they can raise enough, or?
Just from the outside look, I think they can answer that better, but I have never seen such a well-run fundraising campaign, especially from a smaller town. I mean, I don't know that they've even tapped into all of the
We have
available.
not. We have not.
Available funds that
We
are out
can
there.
make it be that if we were giving this 5,000, if they get received the cat grant. Because it's one of the things with the cat grant is you have to have matching city and county funds.
Yes.
To be able to get it, so we can make that stipulation.
Okay. All right.
I really don't have any questions, other than I'd like to compliment you guys on the forward thinking of doing the pickleball courts. I think this is an awesome investment, and I appreciate Danny getting involved in this. I mean, these are the exact things that any kind of level of government really loves to be able to do for a quality of life investment into each one of the individual communities. It's great that you guys have come up with basically 70% of the cost of doing that installation before you even come and ask us for any funds. I think that's terrific. It makes my vote an easy yes, because clearly you've invested in it, both time, talent, and finances. So I see no reason why we wouldn't go forward with this. And frankly, I would not make the contingent on getting the CAT grant, because I'm pretty comfortable that with everything that you've already got in place, you're 90% there. So whether you get the CAT grant or not, I think you can make it over the finish lines regardless. So, I mean, I think this is fabulous. And I also want to commend the budget group for having some funds already earmarked out there for contributions to other governments and organizations. That just makes our questions so much easier to say, yeah, we've already got it in the budget. And all we have to do is just make the investment. So awesome. And I would encourage any other communities, you can come with a community enhancement proposal like that that's already 70% funded. Quite frankly, I want to hear from you, because we want to make investments in the community. So
It does make it easier when we already have the funds set aside, rather than have to figure out where we're gonna get them from.
Agreed. All right, so Steve, do you feel comfortable just going ahead and?
Yes.
Certify? Good?
Yeah.
All right.
I agree with you.
So, there's no further questions, entertain a motion for the city of Bussey pickleball court funding request of $5,000.
move to approve the city of Bussey's request for funding for the pickleball court.
Second.
Johnner.
Aye.
McCombs.
Aye.
Mueller.
Thank you.
Good luck, and we, yeah.
We thank you very much.
Oh, no problem, we appreciate that, we look forward to seeing the finished product.
I'd like to be invited to the grand opening.
Yeah, okay, you will be.
We'll do something, and maybe Steve and I will go play pickleball. I've never played pickleball my whole life.
Only afraid, please.
So I will show you, we'll teach you, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Right.
This is where I come in.
All of the boss, Craig.
That's right.
Can't read, apparently. Another thing.
On to item number 5, which is resolution 2026-95. This is the Iowa DOT Living Roadway Grant. Pilot.
Yeah, a couple of standard agreements, the resolution before you is to approve both of those agreements for typical Iowa DOT funding agreement from a grant received by the Living Roadway Trust Fund for our IRBM department. We actually applied for one grant. They were gracious enough to split that into two, which ended up giving us an extra $1,000 towards the unit as a whole here to replace our UTV and UTV sprayer for our wider right of ways. This unit will have doors and windows, which will give us a little more flexibility in spraying on some windier days where we don't have drift coming back on the operator, which obviously they don't then spray if that's happening. So, so this grant provides about 66% of the cost for replacing the UTV itself and 80% for the sprayer. Within the UTV, our existing equipment will be ultimately sold via auction with, most of our other fixed asset sales, later. At a later date, so we'll do all the fixed asset sales for the year, so.
Does the matching funds, Tyler, the 7741, is that coming from your department then?
Department, yes, not Fund 20, because the IRBM department within the road department is funded directly from Fund 11. So it's not Fund 20 funds, it's Fund 11 funds for the match, which was budgeted for in this fiscal. Actually, what happened was we swapped the grant for next year. This was supposed to happen next year, and the piece of equipment we had budgeted for this year we will do next year in next year's grant.
So when you sell that equipment, do you separate that and put that back into Fund 11?
So.
Yeah.
Whenever we sell fixed asset in any department, we try to determine where it was originally purchased from, and then it goes back to that fund.
Yeah, and
We try, and then when they start buying together, like 2 or 3 different departments, you kinda gotta figure out where it goes.
and some older, this one was also purchased with a previous Living Roadway Trust Fund grant, the existing piece of equipment. So we know that sometimes there's some very old things that we are unsure on.
How old is the old one? The one that we're replacing?
Probably 10 years. I think that's the limitation before we can reapply. And there's some issues there.
Is it only for spraying? That's the only.
No. We also utilized it for seed bed prep, so harrowing, culvert packing, things like that. When in some of our bigger right of way projects where we have a UTV and a small tractor doing seed bed prep.
So within your department, what would you call the utilization rate of something like this? I mean, do you use it 70% of the time, 80% of the time, 40% of the time?
During the growing season, he's probably using it weekly, for either seeding or spraying.
Okay. And the only reason I ask the question is just if we can share with the departments underutilized equipment. If that's even an option.
There may be some limitations there with the grant
Okay,
for use in right of way.
okay,
If we start using it out of right of way, with secondary road funds, there are Iowa code restrictions on use of equipment beyond the right of way.
yeah, okay. I'd like to investigate that just to make sure that,
Yeah,
if we can offer it to other departments, so they don't have to buy a piece of equipment or replace it.
sometimes, the conservation department can apply for Living Roadway Trust Fund dollars as well,
For another. piece of
depending on
equipment.
what they're doing with it.
So are they paying, is the trust fund paying 100% for this piece or is some of it?
No, 66% and for the UTV and 80% for the spray unit.
Okay. But so there still is county funds going into the acquisition.
Right, Fund 11 funds, yeah.
Again, and I'm just asking if there's a way that we can share those
And
abilities within multiple departments, so we don't have to buy equipment that doesn't necessarily.
because
fully
Fund
utilized.
because Fund 11 is restricted use, we may have to look, the matching funds may have to change if that's the case. Because Fund 11 is restricted use.
Again, I'm not trying to micromanage, I'm just asking the questions of, is there a better way? We need to start running government like a business. And that'd be easy from a business to say, let's share it between departments. So.
It's restricted to right of way. It's restricted in its usages and transfer, so I don't.
Right, the right of way
think that would
thing
be
might come from the DOT.
Yeah,
But Fund
Yeah.
11. I don't know. if
I think your
conservation-
grant would probably be more restricted than your fund.
Probably.
Something that at least we've had.
Any further questions? Seeing none, entertain a motion for resolution 2026-95.
I make a motion, we approve resolution 2026-95.
Yeah.
Goes,
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Joner.
Number 6, This is the Class C retail alcohol license for the outdoor service application for the for 14 days. It's down on the farm LLC. Board before you is this license application. Owner Chad Van Gorp is with us today, and his partner Logan Van Zanning. I don't know if Logan's here or not, but they have done this last year. And I did receive note from the sheriff's department that they had no issues. Do we have any questions in regarding Chad? He's here today. If you have questions for him.
No, I don't have any questions. I'm have no problem with it. I'm not aware of any issues at all last year.
Basically, same thing we did last year.
We just extended it a little bit. Instead of a 5-day, we're doing a 14-day just to allow for some deliveries. Still just 2 days of a event is all.
And hopefully it doesn't rain.
Yeah.
And not like rain like we had at the state fair type thing. That makes it difficult for everything.
It would make it difficult.
Yeah, so, but, yeah, I have no problems with this, and I appreciate you bringing forward the application, and, yeah, appreciate that, Chad. No further questions, entertain a motion for the Class C retail alcohol license.
So move.
Second.
Mueller,
Aye.
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs.
Aye.
On to item number 7. Board supervisor updates, Mr. Buick, you have any updates?
I do have a couple. I have a impact board meeting on Thursday, this coming Thursday. I also have the workforce development board meeting on Friday, and also Pella Airport committee meeting on Friday.
Mr. McCombs?
Last week, we did a wire transfer of funds for the sale of the clay shop. So hopefully that will be in the process of getting taken care of, and also have a meeting Thursday.
My updates would be, I'd like to notify the board, today I'm going to, the governor has appointed me to the task force of the outdoor recreational department. We are having a meeting, our first meeting, today, and that will be up at Jester Park in Granger, Iowa, and to attend that. And this is to help give directive what the vision would be for this department. So I'm grateful for the governor for appointing me. So we'll see what happens. So other than that, I don't have anything further. Entertain a motion for adjournment.
So move.
Second.
McCombs.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Johnner.
Aye. Awesome.